Hi guys, it's the same day as I made the video where I went from Dortmund Square to the bottom of Eastgate and back. Decided to stay in Leeds and make another video, the one where I go round the old boundary of Quarry Hill Flats. But first I've come into Leeds Market, as I said I was going to do, to make a video to have some lunch. I went to a place over there called Manjit's Kitchen. This is in the food court. Been here many times. The food's gorgeous. I got a pakora wrap and a cup of chai for £9.50, which, if you sample the quality of the food, you won't think it's exorbitant. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy my lunch and I'll meet up with you again outside. I think this is onion, carrot, flour, sauces, and then the first ever cup of chai, or spiced tea. And it is gorgeous, and if you are in Leeds, get yourself down to the food court in Leeds Market. There's so much to choose from, and it's all street food and it's all really good quality. So I'm back outside in the rain, wet Tuesday in July. Quarry Hill Flats would be in front of us, and it was vast, and I don't know how many dwellings it had. I'll put it on the screen, but it was enormous. And as I say, I think it was an incredible building, really. Anyhow, I'm going to walk around the perimeter. So everything on our left as we walk would have been Quarry Hill Flats. It's the same day as I made the other video, as I said in the market. Decided to go for lunch, and and then make another video while I was in Leeds. Bus station there. I'll be doing nothing at home except editing videos, and if you've seen my videos you probably know that I don't like it too much. So it's 1:15, parish church clock tells me. This could well take about an hour. St Peter's Square, which is here on the left, is a very old part of Leeds, although there's nothing of it left. BBC are there. As you can see, it's tipping it down now. I thought it was easy enough, but this was all just one housing complex, and there was a huge circular, you'll see if you look it up on the internet, there was a huge circular block about 6 or 7 stories high that went right round this perimeter, and then inside were individual blocks, and there was laundries and shops and pubs and everything that you needed. It's coming up here because there's a few fancy restaurants. There's also, I'm sure there was a thing for it must have gone. There's a thing of Alan Bennett. Oh, it's here. It's been defaced somewhat. That's a shame. It's like a street art of Alan Bennett. Looks like it's been painted on. It's a real shame. Come on, BBC. Get this restored. Anyhow. This isn't technically so. Quarry Hill was where BBC is. The wardrobe. Never been in there. I know a lot of people who have. It's like bars and restaurants. And Richard Ostler, the factory king, was born in St Peter's Square. His 1830 letter to the Leeds Mercury about Yorkshire slavery began the campaign to reduce the working day of factory children to 10 hours. The 10 Hours Act of 1847 owed much to his persuasive writing and compelling oratory. And if you want to know the conditions that children worked in, get yourselves to the Industrial Museum at Armley. They've got some great displays there telling you just how young and how cruelly treated children were. And still are around the world. This has to be said. Maybe I have a little less to say on this walk than I had on the last one, because really, used to be a pub on that corner. Was it the Smith's Arms? Yeah, probably got less to say because it's literally a walk through around a building that doesn't exist anymore, past an area of offices and apartments. Bit of a remnants of a ghost sign up there. I don't think it's possible to even see what it is now. If you can make out what that is, let me know. I wonder if there's any remnant anywhere left of Quarry Hill, like a bollard or a stone still standing. I had an auntie who lived in it. I remember visiting it as a child. And of course there was the famous 60s, 70s comedy Queenie's Castle with Diana Dawes that was filmed in it. Where the lads drove a car down the front steps. This was probably the first building to be built. Blimey, it's wild now, wind and what have you. This was probably the first building to be built on the site. You see it through the shrubbery. I think it's the headquarters of the Department of Health and Social Security. It relocated from London 30 years ago now, I don't know. And there was a lot of criticism of this building when it was built, likening it to the Kremlin and other such places. Blimey. Awful. Now I can't get round this left hand side. I have to cross the road. Cross the ring road. Go down the other side. But yeah, they pulled down what they call a bit of a blot on the landscape that was actually home to thousands of people, and they built that. Go figure. So this was simple crossroads when I was a kid. It's become one of those modern car interchanges now. On that corner over there was a pub called the Woodpecker. Just there through the trees where the buses come in, there was a Woodpecker pub, which was the new Woodpecker pub that replaced the old Woodpecker pub that was bombed in World War II, that was on the opposite corner of the junction. But as I say, it was a simple crossroads was this. The inner ring road that we've driven down before goes down there, and so we can't get down what would have been the left hand side of Quarry Hill. We have to cross the road and head into uncharted territory for this channel. Anyway, so I decided while I was in Leeds, might as well make this video. I parked at the park and ride, so I'm going to get the bus back. And there's a bus stop at this end of town. Yeah, that's where the Woodpecker was, there on that opposite corner. Still not being built on. And then here, part of the ring road is closed. There's a road runs underneath, and they're doing some work or other. Huge blob of water in my eye. Like I said in the video, it was built in the 1960s this, and it's I mean, basically it's falling apart. So every year or so, every 5 or 10 years, big sections of it get closed. For repair. I just have to dry my camera. Yeah. So yeah, big sections of it get closed for long periods of time, so that the concrete can be repaired. And I do have to, so we did a video the other week where we visited Mount St Mary's Church, which is a large area of Irish immigration in Victorian times. It's not far away at all, and this was St Patrick's Church, another Catholic church, both closed. Mount St Mary's, as we discussed in the last video, is going to be a flats. This, I believe, is like a warehouse for Opera North. And this is in no way any kind of a a judgment or even an opinion. But Leeds, like all big cities in these modern times, has got a real problem with people sleeping rough. But I think there's all kinds of orders in place banning, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I actually read one once on a wall, banning people from various parts of the city centre. So as soon as you step out of the city centre, which we have done now, I must have seen a dozen people sheltering from the rain, walking around, drinking, getting agitated. Problems don't go away, do they, when you stop people from being in the city centre? They just move. Anyhow, there was a Church of England church here, and I can't remember the name of it, and I came and took some photographs of it when I was about 17. St Mary's, by any chance? As it's St Mary's Street. And this used to be St Patrick's Boxing Club. I don't know if it still is. (3,273 miles to Palestine. 1905. You have to wonder what they were thinking, don't you? This road. Talk about dissecting communities. This apparently is an art hostel. Not St Patrick's Boxing Club anymore. That's fabulous, isn't it? Except you can't see it for the cars. Yeah, I think the church was there, was it? That building's part of it. I'm not sure it's it's part of East Street Arts. I follow them on Twitter. My arm's aching from... So that would have been Quarry Hill Flats there, which of course was there before this road dissected the city. So this would have been a community, churches, pubs, shops, and then in the 60s they built that road right through the heart of the city. I'm guessing somewhere around here would be the old graveyard. Looks like a school of some description. Emmaus, it's a charity. Do they take furniture? And I think they have a hostel for people as well. This is much harder than I envisaged it would be. And again, evidence of people sleeping here, not in the city centre. So yeah, that kind of follows the line of Quarry Hill. Let's just start building. But it actually came right up to the road. I'm going to carry on this way because there's just a couple of things. I keep saying there's a couple of things I want to show you, but basically there's a couple of things I want to see myself. There was a fantastic pub down here. Bearing in mind a fantastic real ale pub that I used to come to. Bearing in mind, back in the day when Quarry Hill Flats was built, a lot of this was back-to-back terraced houses. So the area across now to my right is Bermontofts, and I think this is where the Bermontofts pottery was in this area. But yeah, cities are more than just, I'm getting philosophical, 3 hours in the rain, but they're more than just shiny new shopping centres, aren't they? If you ask what Leeds was, I'm sure the councillors would point to things over there. But these areas, all of it is what makes a city. And we've got a new government, and they're on about housing and building on greenfield sites as opposed to building on brownfield sites, and we now have greyfield sites. Bottom line is cities are just full. I've got a feeling this might be the old graveyard, so probably couldn't build on here. But cities are just full of places. Somebody camping over there, as I say, you come on this just out at the edge of the city and there's tents and sleeping bags everywhere. It's the old cemetery, but there's tons and tons of places where they can build houses and get some of these communities that have been destroyed back up and running. Yeah, that was the pub, the Mobgate, and again it looks like Bermontofts pottery, dials. Now Gareth, these steps are going to be incredibly slippery. So go down them like an old man. Mobgate. And the Mobgate pub, brilliant pub. Must have a lot of dues there from work. It's a real ale pub. And this was the old Associated Tyre Depot. I know I'm veering off of Quarry Hill, but I'm not really. I just want to... Well, this was an old tyre place, but it's shut for years. But part of it, I think, at the front here, must be a listed building. I don't know if it's an old bank or what it is. It's 1914. There you go. Not sure what it was really. It's ruined inside, isn't it? Absolutely ruined. Oh, bank, it says so. Established 1855. Which bank, I've got no idea. Anyway, I said back over to Quarry Hill. And as I say, you might not have your Saturday afternoon spoilt by seeing loads of rough sleepers in Leeds, but they ain't gone anywhere, folks. It's been forced out of the city to sleep on the motorways. The rain, I have to report, is getting heavier. So this, I say, still Quarry Hill Flats. Keep this camera close to my chest now because it's belted now. Anyway, this is Leeds City College. This is where the outer extremity of Quarry Hill used to be. I can't even remember what time it was when we set off on the parish church clock. Was it 1:15 something? 1:15? No, it's 1:15 now, so it can't be. Anyhow, this is where the main steps, there was a big archway that went up about 4 floors. Look it up. Starting opening credits of Cleady's Castle, and there was the big archway and the steps down, and her sons in their old Bedford van or something like that drove the van down the steps. A quick walk, and I mean a quick walk, so I don't think there's much to see. I get knocked down but get back up again. That's a good motto for life, isn't it? Oh, there you go. This used to be the entrance. Well, it still is, but it used to be the main entrance to the playhouse. And this used to be old car park. But as you can see, it's all been developed now. And new track. Well, I wasn't going to mow them, was I? But I think if Quarry Hill had been redeveloped, it'd have been a better place to It would have been more of an asset to Leeds than this, whatever this is. No deposits. NYSQ by Moda. No idea. I live in a Moda apartment. The on-site team and facilities make my life easy. It's the perfect home. I mean, it's better than the wasteland that it was, but it's just like everywhere else. I don't just mean everywhere else in Leeds, I mean everywhere else in the blooming country. Anyway, there's the back of the DSS building, and as a kid walking back from Leeds, we would have walked in that entrance down there I was telling you about, through Quarry Hill and out the other side on my walk home. And there was an exit there, just where I showed you where the Woodpecker pub was. And I said this was all grassed areas, football pitches, you name it. The Northern Ballet there. Right guys, can I get down here? I've never been down here in my life before. No tree protection, no entry. I guess this is the back of the BBC. How can we get down here? I hope so. This is probably one of the most inauspicious endings to one of my videos there's ever been. Stage door. This is where we are. There you go guys, it's a walk around what was or what I think is roughly the boundary of Quarry Hill Flats. Love them or hate them, Quarry Hill Flats or this, let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm absolutely soaked to the skin. Traffic is on. Wow, so busy. But for now I'm going to go get the bus home. So thank you for watching. If you did like the video, then do consider giving it a thumbs up. Tents, I must have seen a dozen tents and sleeping bags. Well, we have had a change of government, so hopefully life might get a bit easier for homeless people. They call it a problem. Well, it's not a problem. You just have to, or it is a problem that needs solving, but it's not that difficult to solve. But anyway, for now, I'll thank you for watching and cheerio.